fire.
Hi, this is Mitch Stephen, and I'd like to do a short solo cast here for you. It's called Starting with Zero. And I just want you to remember that most all of us in this industry started with little or nothing. Almost everyone I know started broke. So if you're under the impression that you need money to make money in this business, then you're not going to get anywhere fast. It's kind of the chicken or the egg syndrome, you know? We need to be able to figure out how to make some money starting with zero. So just remember, when you're starting with zero, you're a professional middleman, or you're a professional deal finder. I like to say sometimes you're a professional deal writer-upper, if that's a word. I think we'll coin that one, deal writer-upper. You know, you have a house that you can buy at a steep discount. Let's say it's a $200,000 house and you can buy it for $125,000. And let's say that house needs $15,000 in minor repairs, and it's worth $200,000. So you buy it for $125,000, you put $15,000 in it, so you got $140,000 in it. There's $60,000 upside in this deal. The problem is you don't have any money, but you found the deal. So you go ahead and you sign that deal up and you write a contract, and you get that contract signed by both parties, both the buyer, you, and the seller. And you've got to get some time in that contract, some time so that you can find the money or find the partner or find the wholesale person to buy it from you. So let's start from the beginning. To find the money, you would want to give yourself as much time as possible. Maybe give $100 in the non-refundable option fee for a 45-day due diligence period. That'll give you 45 days that you can go before you have to cancel the contract and get your earnest money back. And the earnest money could be, I did hundreds of deals with $10 worth of earnest money. But let's say the earnest money's $300, $500, the most tiniest little earnest money that you could get. And so now you have this contract. It's signed by both parties, and that contract becomes your personal property. Now, you could walk around town and look for the money by saying, I'm looking for $140,000 first position in this property that's worth $200,000, and I'm willing to give a first lien if you'll loan me the money. That's a little rich for the beginner sometimes. What usually the beginners do is they just wholesale this deal for $3,000 or $4,000. And they just assign the contract. It's called an assignment fee or a wholesale fee. And you assign the contract, and the person that buys it from you has whatever days are remaining in that 45-day due diligence period to close, you know? And so that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to walk around town with your contract and invite people that do have money or do have the resources to get the money and offer them to be your partner. Let's just say a 50-50 partner. So you walk around town saying, look, I've got this property. It's going to require about $140,000 to get it ready to go. And I'm willing to split the $60,000 upside with whoever brings the money. I have the contract, and I'm looking for someone who has the money, and we'll split. That's another way to do it. See where you're in the middle here. In these two cases, you're in the middle. The other way to do it is just to wholesale it. And again, you're in the middle. It's a much smaller fee. You do better off if you can find the money or you can find the partner with the money. But remember, we all started with zero. And there are definite strategies on how to be the middleman and how to work your way up from broke into a position where you're not broke. And at some point, you don't need people to fund your deals or to come on as partners. But when we started, we were all in need and all had to give up large pieces of our deals to get the money or to get the person who had the resource to get the money. So don't be afraid if you have zero. Don't be afraid to start out with little to nothing. I have a book that I wrote called 200 Plus Ways to Find Bargain Properties. It's in the My Life in 1,000 Houses series. It's book number 2. It's available at my website, 1000houses.com. You can also read the reviews and see about all my books at Amazon. The first book, My Life in 1,000 Houses, Failing Forward to Financial Freedom. The second book was My Life in 1,000 Houses, 200 Plus Ways to Find Bargain Properties. And then the third book, My Life in 1,000 Houses, The Art of Owner Financing. And this has to do with buying houses with other people's money and then selling your houses on 30-year fixed notes or long-term notes where people aren't required to refinance or to cash you out. They just make their payments until the end. So check it out, 1000houses.com. There's a lot of free stuff there too. So if you go to 1000houses.com, click on the free stuff tab and check it out. I have hour and 45-minute webinars on how I deal with seller financing and how I do all kinds of things. There's just a ton of information there. A lot of people say I give away too much. I know that by giving, people will learn and get enthused about these strategies. And then a certain amount of people will realize that a coach or a mentor would drastically shortcut the learning curve and save a lot of mistakes and a lot of wasted time and a lot of anxiety. So if you're that person, you can also find out about my mentoring classes and stuff at 1000houses.com. But get as much free as you can. And it's all over there for you to get. All right, you ready to start with zero? It's quite possible and you can do it. Just check out the kinds of strategies that you have to do and the kind of person you have to be when you're starting out with nothing. It's been done many, many times by many, many people. A lot of investors that I know that are very wealthy absolutely started with nothing. Hi, this is Mitch Stephen with the 1000houses.com podcast. I'd like to thank you for watching this YouTube presentation. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel already. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a great day.